What is up, guys? I'm Ncaa 31 here, bringing you NCAA 13, and this is the Powerhouse Online Dynasty, Season 4. We're actually a quarter of the way into Season 5.
This one deep to open
First
up the ball
user game.
Here we go, folks.
Will be
He just drills this one.
played relatively soon.
He's to the 10.
As you can see, we have number 20 USC, number 4 Notre Dame, and I come into this game 10-1, and based on my ranking, you can see that I'm on the outside looking in.
For a nice game.
It's going to be tough for me to get to the BCS championship game with that one loss of being ranked number 4. And this is the last game that you will see running an old school power option attack for a while. At some point before the end of the NCAA 13 calendar year, I'm going to play with the wishbone offense, but for the time being, it's going to be back to our regularly scheduled programming, running spread pass-based offenses, either with my Brian Kelly playbook, the run and shoot, or the air raid. Because truth be told, that's really what I like to do. You guys know that. That's no secret. I'm a big fan of the spread offense and also the passing style, more finesse style spread attacks. And over the long run, I find that you will generally play your best when you're playing a style that you have a passion for, that you enjoy. And while this was certainly fun, it was too much like pulling teeth at times, and I want to get back to doing what I enjoy doing the most. I'm actually going to be playing in Season 5. I'm going to attempt to be playing a next Saban style 3-4. Because I don't really have that safety in year 5 to run a 3-3-5 stack. And a 3-4 and a 3-3-5, the same principles generally apply as far as personnel in your defensive line and your linebacking units. So the fact that I'm short of safety would make it a 3-4 just a, natural change-up. But more on that later on. I'm kind of sad I won't be playing for a national title with this team, because I really like this team. I think this has been the best one, actually. As far as balance on defense, a little bit light on the defensive line, but not terrible. My linebackers and my secondary was just sick. Absolutely sick, and Golson was just awesome all season long running this offense. Plus Atkinson, and I had weapons on the outside also to throw to when I wanted to throw the football. But, college football, that one loss will often come back to bite you. And this weekend also marks the unofficial, I guess the official beginning, nothing unofficial about it, to bowl season. We'll be getting bowl games fast and furious now. We actually had some earlier last week, and we had one this past week, BYU and San Diego State, which was just a dog of a game. Horrible game to watch.
Drops back to pass.
The most entertaining game out of them all so far, by a long shot, was Nevada and Arizona, with Rich Rod getting the W. Big W in a bowl game for Rich Rod. I like Rich Rodriguez. As a matter of fact, my run spread playbook was pretty much based on the Rich Rod style of spread. I think Rich Rod's going to do well at Arizona. I think that's the perfect place for him. Their fan base and their alumni isn't nearly as rabid and delusional as the Michigan fan base has been in the past, and they'll allow him to build that program and get the kind of players that he wants, and they'll be thrilled with an 8-5 season. They'll have no complaints about that at all. But Rich Rod is a guy who can coach. His offense works. It always has. It always will. He can recruit. If you can recruit at West Virginia and get guys like Steve Slayton, Pat White, Noel Devine, you can recruit anywhere. He just has to get the defensive side of the ball straightened out. He runs the 3-3-5 stack. It's basically his baby. But he doesn't have the athletes to run it. He hasn't had the athletes to run it in a while. So that bears watching. That was a great game to watch. The pistol versus the spread option attack. Although he threw the ball a lot more out of his spread option than he usually does. He had the leading rusher in the country,
They'll run it.
Ncaa, who had close to 2,000 yards. They threw the ball very, very well. And one of the things about watching spread offenses is that the announcers drive me crazy.
Touchdown grab number 2.
They still view it, some of them view it as a gimmick. Gary Danielson is like that, the guy who calls the SEC games for CBS. They view it as more of a finesse system.
Fired up, responding and reacting to that sack.
You know, year after year, spread teams prove that they can run the football. Where they have trouble is against, and Oregon is guilty of this more than all the others, is that they have trouble controlling the line of scrimmage against those dominant SEC-style defenses. That's the one knock you can have against the spread offense. But
here's the give.
Spread can really be whatever the heck you want it to be.
He's tackled at the 36.
And that's the beauty of it. Based on, you know, what you believe in, X's and O's wise, your personnel, you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want out of it. Let's take a look at Arizona's stats for the season. Ncaa had 1,929 yards, 23 TDs.
He's taken down at the 36-yard line. Option left, and he hits him hard.
Let's take a look at their quarterback. Matt Scott
looks to pass.
Threw for over 3,500 yards, decent completion percentage, 27 touchdowns, more interceptions than you would like. He had 14 INTs. And he ran the ball just well enough. 506 yards, 4.5 yards per pop, 6 TDs. And they had a receiver with over 80 catches and 1,300 yards, 11 TDs. Another guy with over 60 catches. So it's really a well-rounded, balanced attack. They ran the ball 544 times, threw it 538.
And he's level at the 4.
That's as, you know, well-rounded a spread offense as you can have. But as far as the bowl games in general, what games am I looking forward to the most from the bowl schedule? Let's take a look. I was looking forward to watching the
it's gonna have to start now.
BYU San Diego State game, but the game was just so bad that I turned it off late in the second quarter.
He drops back
as neither offense could get anything done. Let's start out with the non-BCS bowl games. Believe it or not, Kent State, Arkansas State is a very good game. Very good game. I don't know if Malzahn is coaching that game, but Kent State has had a good year. They're 11-2. Malzahn proved his head coaching chops this year with Arkansas State, leading them to a good season.
And they get nice yardage on that.
That's a game I'm looking forward to seeing. The Gator Bowl I like. Mississippi State, Northwestern, that's a good matchup. LSU, Clemson, assuming that both of those teams want to be there, is a good game. That's always the thing about these bowl games. You have to wonder if one team is disappointed, doesn't really want to be in the game, and therefore not showing up, like USC. The Sun Bowl, Georgia Tech, USC. I can see USC laying an egg in that sucker.
Madden, the ball carrier. Nice run there as they work
the Hunger Bowl, Navy, Arizona State is a good matchup.
He's tackled around the 47-yard line.
What else? I'll probably watch the Belk Bowl just because I've never seen Duke play in a bowl game. They play Cincinnati. UCLA, Baylor.
The 13-yard line.
First one to 45 wins. Or maybe not. First one to 50 might have to win. Boise State, Washington. Does Boise State want to be in that game? That could be a good game.
Touchdown.
You know I'm going to watch June Jones in the Hawaii Bowl and the run and shoot, SMU, Fresno State. So those are some of the
at the 25.
I guess, lower tier bowl games that look to have appealing matchups that are halfway interesting. As far as the BCS bowl games, you pretty much all know what they are.
Up the middle for a nice game.
Outback Bowl is going to be an interesting game. South Carolina, Michigan. I have no interest in Florida, Louisville. No interest at all. Oregon, K-State. Don't really like that game.
Halfback's got it on the quick throw. Brought down.
The Capital One game is pretty decent.
The Trojans use their second timeout.
The Orange Bowl is a dog. The Cotton Bowl is a good game. I like the Cotton Bowl better than I like the Fiesta, Sugar, or Orange. Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Landry Jones and Johnny Football going at it.
Upcoming here.
And then, of course, we have the BCS title game. The granddaddy of them all. Screw the Rose Bowl. Alabama, Notre Dame. I'll talk more about that game as the game gets closer. We're a ways away from it still. Who is in the Rose Bowl anyway?
Got to do something to try to get him out.
I didn't see Wisconsin, Stanford.
Trying to bring more pressure. Try to come up with an
the BCS bowl games just aren't that great. They really aren't.
Opposed to being the aggressor and
the Capital One Bowl and the Cotton Bowl is a better game than the Fiesta, Sugar, and Orange, in my opinion. Heck, the Outback Bowl is as well as some of these lower tier bowl games. Not a good year for the BCS bowl games outside the national championship game. Not a lot of matchups that make me say, oh, I really want to watch that. I mean, am I really that excited to see Oregon go against K-State? No. I mean, I like to see Colin Klein with, maybe, I guess, but not really. Louisville, Florida has no appeal whatsoever.
So what are your final thoughts on this one?
So outside of the BCS title game, there's not much there. So I'll talk more about the games themselves, who I like to win and why as they approach. But other than that, it's just going to be a whole lot of football watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you all later. Peace.
Here's a look at today's Player of the Game. For Notre Dame, they close out a strong regular season with a win and an 11-1 record. And for USC, they lose another one late in the season, making their record 7-5. That's it for this presentation of NCAA Football 13. For Kirk Herbstreit.